Hi everyone, I'm doing this video live tonight, pretty late, because all day I've been trying to get the pre-recorded video I did on my page, but for some reason it won't download. So I've had to do this video live on the main computer. This is on the main PC where you can record live, so it's pretty annoying. I don't really want to do this live. I'd much prefer to do it pre-recorded, but anyway, this is live, and it's in response to the Sunday Mirror article today about us. So I'm going to try and run through this as smooth as possible. I'm going between screens to go between the Sunday Mirror article and also some other facts we've got. So I don't know if it's going to work. I hope it is. But what I'm going to do is I'm going to now run through the Sunday Mirror article and tell you a few points about it, okay? And after I do that, I'm then going to go on to another little bit where we can tell you other stuff about what's happened to us over the last 2 years, okay? So first of all, this is the Sunday this is a Sunday Mirror article that I'll read to you now, okay? So hopefully you can still see me because I've gone onto another screen now. But it says, dog charity chief under investigation over claims he benefited from donations to abused animals. Exclusive. Brits have sent hundreds of thousands to Peter Singh's Spanish refuge, but activists discovered dogs were being kept in cramped conditions. Let me just get my glasses because I just can't read this. Okay. First of all, the cramped conditions. I have no idea what they're talking about there because when we was living in Spain, in Penoso, we had a 5-bedroom townhouse, and under no circumstances were any of the animals being held in cramped conditions. I'm sure that many of you will have seen the videos and the photographs that we posted over the years, and you can see that that was just not the case, okay? Let me just scroll down. It says, a charity chief, which is me, is under investigation over claims he benefited from donations to abused animals. Kind Brits have sent Peter Singh at least £225,000 to save creatures from death in Spain. The UK activist discovered a refuge he claimed to be funding with the cash was a house he owned in Penoso near Alicante, where more than 20 dogs were kept in cramped conditions. The house we owned in Penoso, let me just say, there's been a lot of talk about this on the troll pages, etc. We own that house outright with cash. We lived in London before we moved to Spain. We sold our house in London with the equity. We bought the house in Spain outright. And also, let me just add that before we bought the house in Spain outright, we did check with the local town hall in Penoso, was it okay to basically have the dogs there, because that was what we were doing, rescuing dogs, and they said it's absolutely fine. We're not silly people. We're obviously not going to buy a house where it's not legal to keep the animals there. So the town hall in Penoso said, yes, it was absolutely fine. Okay, Spanish police ordered him and wife Jean McGill to move out, breaking animal care law, but he just took the dogs to a nearby scrubland. Now, the police obviously came to us, and this is the amazing thing. You see, there's so many contradictions here that I feel like my head is running around in circles here, so I could be on here till next Christmas about this, but right, okay, so the police came to us 2 years previous and said, would we take the contract to take Penoso's unwanted animals, which was about 30 per month. We said that we didn't have the facilities or the finances to do that. So how come 2 years later the police have come to us and said, hold on a minute, you've got to move out your house and you've got to take all the animals with you? This was because of the trolls complaining to the police time and time again, okay? There's so much to the police in Penoso. There really, really is, to how this all works out. And it is absolutely farcical. It really is. The police even admitted to Christina, our vet, that this was all done through telephone call complaints. It was nothing to do with our neighbours in the street whatsoever. But I find it strange how the police can come to our door 2 years previous and say, will you take the contract for Penoso for the unwanted animals? But 2 years later, after the donkey incident, and it all turned a little bit nasty, they're now saying, oh, you can only keep 5 dogs in your house. That's very strange, especially that we confirmed it with the town hall that we can keep more. But that's another story. So anyway, they said to us that you've got to get all the dogs out. So we took them to the land, which was what this article says, a scrub land. Now, just remember, people, this is very important to remember, that the police came to us and said, in a few hours, we're going to come back and we only want 5 dogs in your household. Now, me and Jean could have easily done that. We could have transferred all the dogs to the land, come back, and have our cozy little life in the house in Penoso. But I said to Jean, and Jean agreed, that if one dog's going to go up that land, we all go up there together and stay as a family, because I'm not having no dogs up that land on their own, okay, without us. So we took all the dogs up there. We had a caravan and we had a motorhome up there, and all the dogs were kept in warmth with love and care. Okay, so the way they try and make it was a scrub land where we just left them there is completely wrong. Okay, if you're going to report facts, but don't report lies. It's very important because you're doing an injustice. It then goes on to say the boss of charity The Dog You Need was confronted there by activists. Their suspicions were raised by his claim to have taken in 2 dogs, Bonnie and Clyde, he knew had been sexually abused because psychic animal communicators had told him. Now, there was 3 psychic animal communicators that didn't know each other from, 3 different sides of the wells that both all told us the same story. But besides that, from a behaviourist point of view, which apparently I'm not anymore, I could see, and Jean could see, that they had been sexually abused with their language they were showing us, their body language, and also by the state of their rear ends, which I'm not going to go into, but you can imagine what I'm saying, okay? It then shows a photograph of the caravan and the motorhome via drone footage, which is illegal in Spain. This was a drone that was flown over the land and took photographs of where we were with the dogs on the land in Spain, okay? Now, if you look at the photograph of that, there's a caravan, there's a motorhome, and there's loads of cushions there and sofas, etc., to try and keep the dogs as comfortable as possible. And in both motorhomes, the caravan and the motorhome, they were kept in there at night and kept warm. It then goes on to say, when quizzed over the welfare of all his dogs, he launched Facebook attacks on animal lover and Angela Hall. That's a laugh. Angela Hall, an animal lover, who was fined £100 for making threats. Facebook video seen by the Sunday People also shows him making expletive-laden threats to kill campaigners. When our investigators asked how he spent the funds, Singh and the actual grammar of the actual article here is comical, okay, because this is supposed to be the Sunday Mirror or Sunday People, and the grammar is shocking. So let me just try and read this out in the way they wrote it. When our investigators asked how he spent the funds, Singh, and defended the practice of keeping animals in his home. Now, I think that the animals prefer to be on our sofas and in kennels, okay? I'm not going to go no more into it because it's boring. There's pictures of our dogs on the sofas on my Facebook page, and I think that they prefer to be in the house with us rather than be on kennels, okay? He's now taken to a mystery location which he refuses to disclose. Now, after the trolling that my wife and I have been through over the last 2 years, if you was me, would you give out your new address? No, I don't think you would. Would you give out your new address so that these trolls can know where you are and come and hound you again? No, I don't think you would, because you'd be stupid to. It goes on to say the Charity Commission this week revealed it is investigating him after concerns were raised with us, adding a regulatory compliance case is open. That's now been closed because, as you can all see, there's an email from the Charity Commission underneath this video somewhere, probably 2 or 3 posts down. The Charity Commission sent us out 3 days ago to say that we're in the clear, there's no problem whatsoever, and they're happy for us to carry on. The reason why they did an investigation is because all the trolls complained to them at once, so they felt they had to. Not a problem, but obviously the Charity Commission have gone on to investigate us, and they can see we're doing no wrong. Okay. It emailed one activist to say the dog you need may be in breach of guidance on responsible expenses, which we're not, because obviously the email proves it. A Facebook page querying the animal's charity work and funding has more than 700 members. The reason why it has more than 700 members is because the actual trolls actually join people to the page without the people's knowledge. I showed you proof a while ago of an 8-year-old boy in Brazil who was actually added to the page. There have also been other children added to the page without their knowledge, and other people added to the page without their knowledge, and that's why it's amounted to 700 members. It then goes on to say Miss Holt, who runs a dog training service called Costa Blanca Dog Training, said suspicions arose in 2015 when Peter posted on, this is another great grammar by the Daily Mirror, I'll repeat that. Miss Holt, who runs a dog training service, said suspicions arose in 2015 when Peter posted on and sex of abuse Bonnie and Clyde. Make of that with which you know what you will. It was all very odd. Well, what's very odd, Mrs. Holt, is that we never heard from you until a year later in 2016. She then goes on to say, I got involved in December 2016 when he began raising cash to bring dogs back to Britain where 2 went missing for 3 days. The stay only lasted a couple of months and he brought them back to Spain again. That can't be a good use of donations. The reason why we stayed 2 months in North Warwickshire is very simple. Very, very simple. When we was in North Warwickshire, the trolls found out where we are, carried on the hate campaign against us. I had to go to London to deliver a dog. I drove back from London to North Warwickshire one night. I arrived back at the premises we were renting at 2:30 in the morning. And forgive me, but I do love my wife. I'm a very protective husband. And on arriving back at the premises, there were 2 steel gates that go into the premises. They were locked by a chain and a padlock that you unlock. On this particular night, I came back at 2:30 in the morning. I found it really strange to find out that not only was it locked as I'd locked it on the way out, but there was cable ties going all the way down it. These cable ties were there because the trolls were then on my property trying to take pictures of Bonnie and Clyde. The reason why the cable ties were there was because it would take me more time to get into the property. Secondly, Jean and I was asleep one night in the property in North Warwickshire, and we seen flashlights go off from cameras because the trolls were on the property once again to try and find out where Bonnie and Clyde were to take pictures. So I felt within my rights to protect my wife and my animals to go back to Spain. So that's why we did that, okay? Very simple explanation. So it goes on to say, when anyone questioned why the animals were kept in his front room or what happened to various dogs, Peter would block them on Facebook. The reason why I've blocked anyone on Facebook is because I know they're trolls, okay? I can tell they're trolls by the questions they're answering, and it's my right to do that, okay? Simple as that. If someone comes to me with a standard question, no problem, I'll answer it. But if I know they're trolls, I've got no time for time wasters, and I will block them because I know they're trolls. It then goes on to say, this is the greatest bit. Fellow critic Lynn Chapman said. Lynn Chapman, by the way, if you don't know, is a lady that started up all the hate pages against us, along with Angela Hall, along with Jan Bendelow, along with Cindy McNeil-Regan of Rushton Dog Rescue, and several others. Okay, so it goes on to say, fellow critic Lynn Chapman said, I sent cash to the charity, which she never, okay, lie after lie after lie, unbelievable. But felt things weren't right when Peter took in a sick donkey called Ethel he rescued. I offered to pay the vet bills, but he ignored me. I will repeat that. Lynn Chapman said, in the Sunday Mirror today, I offered to pay the vet bills, but he ignored me. Now, Lynn Chapman has gone on for 2 years that I'm a con man. If I'm a con man, why would I refuse her the opportunity to pay the vet bills? Why would I do that? I'd say, yes, thank you very much, goodbye. She never did that anyway, okay, which is a complete mockery of the article. She then goes on to say, then he said I could not do that. And when I asked why, he blocked me. Come on. I mean, if there's a stitch up, this is a stitch up with stitch ups here. I mean, this is laughable, this article. It really is. It then goes on to say, a detractor who asked not to be named said the charity has taken all this cash, yes, yet Peter keeps putting out appeals saying the animals have no food. More than 20 animals lived at his house in Spain, and videos show cats eating out of tins. Now, people go on about this video of cats eating out of tins. Let me explain to you. Anyone who knows us and knows us well and has followed us for some time knows that we have pictures that we put on Facebook and videos of the animals. This particular video they're talking about, I was doing this video to show the cats and the dogs mixing together. On that particular video, a cat tin happened to be on the floor and one of the cats was licking it. Now, if that's a crime, hang me. Okay? Not a problem. So, she then goes on to say, this isn't how a professional rescue centre is run safely. Is run surely, sorry. Questions were also raised over a Just Giving page set up in July 2016 to buy Singh a new house to continue to rehabilitate the most severely abused animals. It is now closed with no donations. Now, this has been actually edited from the original article. I'm now reading an article I've not seen before because I know that's been edited from earlier today. Earlier today it said Singh set up a page to buy him a new house for £100,000. Now, how would I do that? How arrogant of me would that be to expect someone to buy us a house for £100,000? Why, when we own our own house anyway, and all we've got to do is sell it, which we've done in Penosa, and buy a new house somewhere else for the equity? So that's a complete mockery. So they've changed that. So very clever, the Daily Mirror. Unbelievable. I've just noticed that that's been changed because obviously I can't go on the notes because I'm running live here. The charity, which is a website, was set up in 2014 to help abused, unwanted and forgotten animals. Its UK move was cut short when dog wardens found it had no licence to keep so many animals on its North Warwickshire site, which is untrue because we decided to go back because of the safety reasons I've already discussed with you. The wardens got in touch with us, not a problem. But it wasn't because of that. It was because obviously we decided to go back because I don't like people snooping around our house when I'm driving up the motorway at night and my wife's sleeping. It then goes on to say, Singh claims that he is a qualified dog behaviourist, which I am. He said on Saturday night, well, I didn't speak to on Saturday night, Grace McCaskill, who's lied throughout this article. Money we get is spent appropriately. For example, €54,000 on vet fees in 1 year, which I said. I said that to her 2 weeks ago on the telephone. There is no legal necessity to keep the animals in kennels, which I said, and we don't believe in locking them up like that. We live on a farm and they have access to go out or come in and sit on the sofas. These trolls have constantly made false complaints. They say I'm an animal hoarder. How can this be when we've rescued 550 animals and rehomed 525? And that's the end of the article. Okay, so let me get rid of that screen and hopefully everyone is still there and are looking at this video. So if you look at that, I say today, like I said on the original video that I've been trying to download all day, you people out there can believe what you want. If you think I'm a con artist, no problem whatsoever. No problem whatsoever. But that was the online version today. Now, I've only, in the last 2 hours, managed to see the actual hard copy version that was in the newspaper today, okay? Now, this has upset me greatly because the hard copy version says, it's a whole page, by the way. It's a whole page. It's a whole page. It's not a tiny little thing. It's a whole page, okay? But not a problem, not a problem. The article in the newspaper, as opposed to online, is differed slightly, okay, by the headline, okay? Let me read out the headline and I will try and show you why it's so distressing, okay? Give me 1 second because, like I said, I'm not the greatest technically minded and I am going between screens here. Right, so there's a difference between the online copy and the hardline copy. The hardline copy, which you'll read in newspapers, says, charity boss in the doghouse. Now, this is the bit, this is the next line that I find hurtful to the nth degree, okay? It says, probe into claims he stole £225,000 meant for abused animals. I will repeat that. The second headline is, probe into claims he stole £225,000 meant for abused animals. Now, let me ask the people that are watching this video and will watch this video this, okay? If I stole £225,000 of the charity's money, since we started the charity several years ago, how have we managed to rescue all the animals, managed to pay for all the vet bills, managed to pay for all the building works for kennels on the land at the time, and for donkey houses, and for food, etc. How have we managed to do that if I stole £225,000? Now, this is something I'm going to take up with the Daily Mail to the day I die. This will be my dying mission. My dying mission, okay? You may be laughing tonight, trolls, but at the end of the day, you've made yourselves look so stupid because everything in that article is a contradiction. I.e. Lynn Chapman, he's a con man. Well, if I'm a con man, how would I say no to you saying yes to paying for the donkeys? It's ridiculous. The whole thing's ridiculous. Going on to that, there's other things that the trolls have said throughout the last 2 years that have been ridiculous and have all proved to be lies and have been no proof in anything. I will now read you out some of the accusations the trolls have done to us in the last 2 years. Not done to us, sorry, but actually accused me of doing with no proof whatsoever. So here we go. Here are the accusations. First of all, I've been accused of abusing animals. Secondly, I've been accused of killing animals. I've then been accused of having sex with dogs. Then I've been accused of being a con man and a drug dealer. My mother died a few years ago, which affected me hugely because she was my best friend and the greatest person I've ever met in my life. They realised that talking about her made me wound up. So one of the trolls put on the page, now we know Peter's weak spot, his dead mum, whoop, whoop. So that's the sort of people you're dealing with, all right? We were forced out of our home in Penoso by false complaints, which is why we went on the land to live with the dogs. They've been racist towards me. They've called me the Peckham Packy. That's what I was known as. They've been disrespectful towards my wife and called her names. It's just gone on and on and on. They've accused us of selling fake items on the auction site that we did. I used to do live auctions with Jean, and apparently all the items were fake, okay, all of them. Not only that, but when we posted the items to people in the UK, it wasn't the items we were posting, it was cocaine. They said it was cocaine and I was drug dealing from Spain and sending cocaine back to the UK. All without proof. Absolutely ridiculous, okay? They've contacted all the supporters about us, telling them we're this and that and con people and the worst thing since, you know, Myra Hindley and Ian Brady. They've also used drones to take pictures of our property and the land, which was in the paper today, which is against the law. They constantly rang the police with false complaints about us. They say that we're animal hoarders, but once again, how can that be when we've rescued over 550 animals and we rehomed 525, okay? So, once again, how can I be accused of abusing animals if I spent €54,000 in 1 year with my vet? So if I spent €54,000 with 1 year with my vet, which there are legitimate legal receipts from my vet to the charity commission, how did I steal all that money from the charity? I mean, the Sunday Mirror here has messed up so much, and Grace McCaskill, the journalist, has messed up so much that, like I said, I'll go with this to the day I die to try and, you know, and get justice here, because this is just shocking, okay? The trolls also contacted our food sponsors and stopped the food coming to us free of charge. I've received death threats. Lynn Chapman, who was in the actual Sunday Mirror article today, Lynn Chapman, we've got a video which everyone has seen of Lynn Chapman saying that she wants to get on a plane and come to Spain and stab me. So that's okay, is it? That's not a problem, no? So there's no problem in Lynn Chapman saying she wants to stab me, okay? Fair enough. There's also evidence of Jeff Jarvis saying he wants to burn me alive. Also evidence that people are going to come to my door and kill me. I've had 2 nervous breakdowns because of this. But no, that didn't come into the article whatsoever. None of that came into the article whatsoever. So also, in the last week, you might see, the trolls just make up lies after lies after lies. The latest lies last week is my wife and I have split up. I've left Jean apparently in a rundown finca in northern Spain with 36 animals, and I've gone back to the UK. Again, a fabrication. Jean and I are as solid as a rock, very happy. So that's a lie. Then a few days later, they turned around and said, I'm back in the UK claiming benefits. And they turned around and said, unbelievably, that I'm claiming benefits for Jean and I. Now, let me ask you something, or tell you something, sorry. If I'm claiming benefits in the UK for Jean and I, it's very easy to report us. Very easy to report us. You have our full names, and you can report us in the morning if you want. You can report us in the morning because it's not happening. It's a fabrication. It's a lie. Okay, it's a total lie. Just like they make up lie after lie after lie. Did I have sex with dogs? Where's the proof? Am I signing on? Where's the proof? Did Jean and I split up? Where's the proof? Did I kill dogs? Where's the proof? Am I a drug dealer? Where's the proof? Complete rubbish. Complete and absolute rubbish. So let me just wrap this up really, because I'm getting absolutely bored of this, like I've been in for the last 2 years. You know, just pathetic. Like I said, it's just anything we put on our page, the trolls will just twist. The trolls are always asking, oh, we want pictures of the animals. Friday, I put pictures of the animals up, not for them, but for our supporters. And Lynn Chapman, the twisted woman that she is, there was a picture of Lima, okay? Now, if anyone's got an Apple Mac, which we have, if you edit a picture on Apple Mac, sometimes if you crop it, Apple Mac has a problem of slanting the picture. Now, I stop it slanting, but on that particular occasion, I didn't. So basically, I edited the picture, and when I edited the picture of Lima, you'll see the picture on my Facebook page, because if you scroll down, it's a picture of Lima, and she's going up to the camera very closely, okay? And the date page is very slanted, okay? Now, Lynn Chapman, this is how nitty-picky they are and how they will try and do anything to destroy us. She said, piss myself laughing. Look at the slanted date. It's so obvious this is a fake photograph. I mean, what is that about? Come on. That's just so childish, yeah? So childish. Why would I fake a photograph of Lima with a date on it that's not true? Why would I do that? Why would I do that? Now, anyone out there, like I said, I'm going to finish this video now because it's been a long day, a long, long day. I'll finish it with this. My wife and I have given the last 6 years of our life to animal rescue, okay? People that know us know that we are as honest as the day is long, as honest as the day is long. Now, for people out there that believe the reports in the newspapers, that's your right. That's your prerogative. And if you believe that, fair enough, no problem whatsoever, okay? But for the people out there that actually know us and know this is a load of rubbish, I just want to say thank you, especially to Gaynor Bundy, Sarah Viney, and Gilly Dodds, who run the Facebook fundraising page for us, who do tremendous work every week for us, and also for other people out there, other supporters that have supported us today, that have really, really sent heartfelt comments. I want to thank you, definitely. You've been brilliant for the comments you sent. But this is unacceptable. What's happened today is unacceptable in the media, you know. Grace McCaskill, the journalist that wrote the article, I've been in contact with her all day. She's amended the article today, and now we're in contact with it being taken down. And we're going through legal advice in the morning with solicitors. Simple as that. Because, like I said, this is not acceptable. This is not acceptable. There is one thing trolls saying something, but when it goes to the media, and the thing tonight is the media turning around and saying that there is a claim that I stole £225,000 from the charity. I will go to my deathbed defending that. My deathbed defending that. Because that's nonsense. That's absolute nonsense. I suggest that the Sunday Mirror should have done their homework and contacted the Charities Commission before they published the article last night, because the actual Charity Commission sent us an email on Wednesday just gone, 3 days ago, or 4 days ago now, sorry, saying that there was an investigation due to the amount of complaints they received from the trolls, and we are now in the all clear. If anyone wants to see that email, please scroll down a few items on my Facebook page, and you will see the email from the Charity Commission that we are innocent and we are in the clear. Now, there is one thing trolling people, but this has gone beyond trolling. I've had 2 nervous breakdowns through this, yeah? And this isn't right. Fair enough. The trolls will be laughing. They'll be putting up their silly comic pictures tonight, and they'll be doing whatever. But I'm a person, I'm a life that does the right things. Jean does the right things. We've saved a lot of animals. People that know us personally know the animals we've saved. They know the hard work we've done. And what's happened to us is unacceptable. It's simply unacceptable. And that is a plain fact. It's gone too far now. It's gone too far. We've moved to our new property. I, as a human being, personally had moved on to renovating the property with our own funds from the equity from the property in Spain, not from charitable donations like the trolls say. And I was trying to get over my 2 nervous breakdowns. For anyone that doesn't know about their mental illness, severe depression and severe anxiety, which they've brought upon me, is a very hard thing to live with. And I've got to now live with that every day. And today has not been an easy day. Of course it's not. So it sent me right back to square one. And obviously the trolls will be happy with that, because all they want to do is see me dead. This is what these evil people are like. And like I said, in the few months we've been here, I've been minding my own business, not being on Facebook a lot, trying to recover, working with the dogs and caring with the dogs. But from tomorrow, this is my life's mission now, to put today's article in the Sunday Mirror straight. And I will die doing that. And the reason why I will die doing that, 100%, is because I know that I'm innocent, my wife's innocent, and everything we've ever done has been for the animals. So now I'm going to go into 5th gear and fight this for all my life. And if it kills me, it kills me. If it kills me, it kills me. But that's what I'm going to do. Because today was crossing a line. What's happened to us was crossing a line, but this is just on another level. It's on another level now, yeah? So I'm going to wish you a good night. I've said all I want to say. I wish I didn't have to say it on a live video, because the video I did earlier, I had it all set out, but I've had to do it live. I hope I've done myself justice on the video tonight. And I hope I've made all the points clear. If I've missed stuff, I'm sure I have, because so much stuff has gone on. I'm only human. But really disappointed. Really disappointed, you know. There's only so much one human being can take. And, you know, only so much one human being can take. So this has gone too far. And when something goes too far, there's got to be a finish, you know. God bless. Thank you for your support. If you believe what's in the paper, fair enough. That's your right. But like I said, thank you to all our supporters that don't believe it and know that's a load of rubbish. And I'll bid you all a good night. Okay, take care. Bye bye.